Hello everyone, universe. I am back. I had to actually load the first half of this video because I ran out of space on my phone. This is what happens when you do YouTube videos all day long or at all. I've recorded with this phone. I think I've counted it. Oh gosh, what is it, like 50 something videos? No. Like 34, 32, 33, 30 videos. Anyway, let's get back to the important stuff here. Back to the Royal Rumble. We finished up with the entries. Now we're going to start with the eliminations, and I'll make a quick comment about some of them. Now, the number one elimination occurred after Santino Marella came out. He was in there, and he didn't last very long. Santino Marella is kind of, I don't know, the comic relief of the WWE, so to speak, in ways. And so he came out and quickly disappeared. Number two was Titus O'Neil. Nothing really grand there. Number three, David Otunga was number three. Number four is kind of an interesting one because, like I said, Goldust was one of the entries into this battle. And he pretty much immediately went for Cody as soon as he entered the match. They had some good back and forth. So as a matter of fact, Goldust had a good showing here. So, and I knew he wasn't going to win the Royal Rumble. He's not in that place in his career at this point where he's going to win the Royal Rumble. Although I do think, since they have essentially closed the storyline between the Rhodes Scholars and Team Hell No, that now we can actually see something happen with Cody and Goldust. There's been a big campaign, or at least a middle ground campaign by Dustin Rhodes to actually have a match with his brother at WrestleMania, and maybe they will start leading towards that since they gave them a couple of moments there to show a battle between them in the midst of this insane frenzy of, half-naked men. Hopefully they will now actually lead towards a match between the two of them for WrestleMania. I think that could be a really interesting story. And then bringing in a legend like Dusty Rhodes, sort of caught in the middle of his kids fighting. So Goldust, number four. Number five, Brodus Clay, nothing amazing. Tensei, nothing amazing. Darren Young, nothing amazing. Kofi Kingston was the next elimination. Kofi Kingston is actually a really interesting elimination because Kofi Kingston gets knocked over. Tensei, as you know, has already been eliminated, and Cody gets knocked over the top rope. Instead of landing on the floor, though, he lands on Tensei's back. This is fascinating because Kofi gets over to the table and gets on top of the announce table. Now, your feet have to touch the floor, mind you, in Royal Rumble in order for you to be eliminated. So Cody gets over to the announce table, crawls up on top of it, then proceeds to ask for a chair. Now, I think at this point, Kofi is going to do, something smart and just sit there and, watch the Rumble for a little bit and then get back in when he feels like he's ready to do it. Instead, Kofi takes the chair, unfolds it and sits it on the ground in front of the table, gets on top of the chair, and proceeds to hop with the chair back to the ring and crawl back in. He's eliminated seconds after that happens. Kofi Kingston's this amazing talent. High flyer, just remarkable balance. They really need to do more with Kofi Kingston. Really need to do more with Kofi Kingston. I like this cat. He's got a great personality. I mean, he wears lime green, and you saw my lime green shirt earlier. The reality is, though, he has a charisma. He has this unique presence. His hair is wild and fun. This guy's just got a great energy to him. They really need to do more with Kofi Kingston. In this situation, though, Kofi is eliminated. Next, let's see. Number 9 is the Godfather. He really barely walks out with his Hoskies, gets in the ring, is probably eliminated within 3 seconds. Puts his little hat back on with the feather on it. It looks like a dust buster, or whatever you call it, a feather duster, and then walks back out with his Hoskies. Number 10, Heath Slater, nothing amazing. Number 12 is Cody Rhodes. Not really amazing. Had a really good run of it, though, in the show. Just not an he was never that outside of the moment with Goldust, it really wasn't remarkable in the match in the first place. The next is Rey Mysterio, who comes back. Really nothing. He didn't really even get that big of a pop when he came out, to be honest. I have a feeling that Rey Mysterio sat on the shelf for so long that he's lost a tremendous amount of that momentum and fan base that once propelled him forward. Because in the last couple of years, he's been part of a tag team. He hasn't really been doing as much high flying anymore. He's kind of in and out. It's hard to sort of focus on him anymore. And so he's lost a lot of fan force. So his pop was not that big, neither when he arrived nor when he was eliminated. Number 13 was Drew McIntyre. Number 14, the Great Khali, no surprise. The next is Kane, who was eliminated. And as a matter of fact, Kane was eliminated by his Hell No tag team partner, Daniel Bryant. There's a big look down between the two of them for a moment there. And then Daniel Bryan gets knocked over the top rope, and believe it or not, into the arms of Kane. So he's basically doing like a very weird kind of mildly suggestive, wrap around Kane's body with his legs wrapped around his waist. And he begs Kane to take him back. Kane takes him back over to the ring. And just as Daniel Bryan's about to scoot back up onto the ring apron, Kane pulls him away and lets him fall to the ground, and Daniel Bryan's eliminated. I do think that's the big start for the two of them to start seeing a breakup between them. Once again, I know there's going to be some kind of a road to WrestleMania between the two of these guys. They're great talents, and it's time for them to face off because their chemistry is so strong. Number 17, Zack Ryder, nothing amazing. Antonio Cesaro, you already know how I feel about Cesaro, so not surprised he's eliminated. Didn't even quite frankly care he was in the match. Jinder Mahal, nothing amazing. Wade Barrett is eliminated by Bo Dallas, who is this NXT rookie who actually I mentioned in the previous video about how he won like a battle royal and was in the Rumble. He eliminates Wade Barrett, which is a huge thing. Then the next, though, he's eliminated because Wade Barrett comes over, pulls the top rope down, and yanks him out. So Bo Dallas unfairly eliminated. Got an elimination on Wade Barrett, though, which I thought was awesome. They had to let him get screwed over by Wade Barrett because he's not ready for the big time. He did do a good show, though, with being in the Rumble. So it was a good, moment for him. Let's see if it adds up to anything in the future, though. He's kind of a small guy, so he's more of a cruiserweight guy than he is a main event guy, at least at this point. You never know what can happen in the future. Yeah, I'm sorry. Number 22 is Damian Sandow, nothing amazing. Sin Cara, and once again, didn't get a big pop when he came out, and really nothing notable when he disappeared. They need to do something with Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio if they want to have give these two a chance to actually show something and really have a limelight of sorts right now. They really need to have them face off at WrestleMania and start building up to that. If they disappear again, I just don't see anything amazing happening between them right now. They need some momentum, and they don't have any right now. So there's that. The Miz does good. He's injured or whatever when he comes out supposedly. Because of this injury, he went in earlier with his leg and his arm and all this stuff like that. He doesn't last very long. Got the Miz. 25. Finally, Chris Jericho was eliminated. Chris Jericho did a great job. This guy is a terrific performer. They don't have anything for him, and he's too busy with other projects, as I've heard on some other shows. So he's not coming back. It was just what it was. Great showing, though. This guy is like The Rock in a way, because these two can go away for months on end or years on end. They're still very physical in their jobs. He's a musician, Chris Jericho. The Rock obviously is an action film person. So they're both still very physical people. So I believe they've maintained their momentum in working out and their endurance and stamina so that they can come back and do things like this and kind of show up everybody because they just have that ability to push back into it. We'll talk about The Rock in a little while, but Chris Jericho eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton's eliminated. I predicted he was one of the people who could have won. I wish they had done one more with Randy Orton. He's just in the doghouse with the WWE right now because of all of his wellness violations and behavioral issues and blah, 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 according to rumors. Great talent. Would love to see them put him in the main event picture for WrestleMania against Dolph Ziggler and potential Alberto Del Rio. Not sure what they're going to do with that, but I would like to see it. I would not object to a three-way between the three of those. Ziggler, Orton, and Del Rio for the title. I think they're all fantastic performers. Dolph Ziggler is number 27 eliminated. He lasts a long time. Of course, there were rumors out there that he was going to win the Royal Rumble so that he could go on to fight against, to also challenge for the WWE title. Ultimately, he is finally eliminated, ending that suspicion. Does a great job, though. They really needed to show Ziggler off in this one, and they did. Great talent, great talent. Number 26, number 28 is Sheamus is eliminated. I don't know where they're going with Sheamus at this point. They're probably going to end up having him go on a continued battle with Wade Barrett. I wish they had something for him. Wade Barrett, I'm not really as much behind. No offense to the guy, he does a good job of being